Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Don't Be Mad podcast. It's a beautiful Tuesday evening. Nice and chill vibes right now. Your boy Lefty Lucky, and I'm joined here as always with
Jamali.
And we got our boy Tyler in the background controlling the camera and the sound. Jason couldn't be with us this evening. He had some car shit he had to deal with, so hopefully it's nothing too crazy. But the show must go on. You know how it is. So let's start this out the right way, man. How was your week? How's the mental health?
Oh, it was a blessed week. Good long weekend.
Yeah.
Got to relax and sleep.
It's nice. It's nice.
Catch up on some well-deserved rest, man.
I definitely did not rest that much this weekend. Started off the weekend with a nice surprise party for my aunt. Celebrated her birthday. That was pretty fun. And then after that, I was just hanging out with friends and enjoying myself, man,
That's what's up.
One last big weekend of fun before, as you were saying, before the cameras got hot, that summer's over.
But it's a wrap.
Technically not. If we follow by the calendar, we still got, a good 19 days of summer left. By technicality stance.
You all got hopes, bro.
Nah. As long as the weather's nice and there's still things to do outdoors, I'll say that summer's still around, even if the weather's getting a little bit nippy.
You're a hopeful guy.
Yeah, why not, man? You gotta have hope for something. With all the shit that's happening around the world these days, it's good to at least have some type of thing to look forward to.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, we got Thursday football starting. So, that's one upside of, I guess, summer coming to an end, right? We get our sports back. When it actually is done, then it'll be like a week away that we get like basketball and hockey back. So it'll be like
basketball starts in November, no?
October. October. I'm quite sure like the
basketball and hockey start at the same time.
Yeah, around the same time, like maybe like a week or two.
So we're going into preseason soon.
Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, like you have like what the Olympic prelims and qualifications that are happening now, and I think like once that's done, it'll be like maybe a week or two, and then you jump into the season. So we'll see how that works out. But it's good to know that, there's some sports around the corner because I just feel like there hasn't been enough.
Well, I mean, you had football, soccer started.
Yeah, I mean, you got that. But for me, this is like a mulligan season, man. It's seeing like a lot of our youth join up with the team in Chelsea and seeing what they do, disappointing me. But I mean, in some cases, they're doing well.
Should be used to it.
Used to what? Dude, we won EL last season. Talk about disappointment, fuck.
The only time your team
Do you want to have that conversation again?
The only time your team ever won.
What are you talking about?
When did the Broncos win? A couple of years ago.
Yeah. And then
Magics?
Okay, that's the one team that hasn't won. Literally, of all the teams I follow, that's the one team that hasn't won. I'll take that.
Oh, man.
Hey, hopefully the Broncos this year do something. We got Joe Flacco. Maybe he won't be a complete bust. Hey, in all honesty, I'd rather him over Case Keenum.
Flacco.
Just saying.
Flacco is expired,
Just saying. Look, I'm not saying he's going to be a fucking like outstanding MVP candidate quarterback. But if he cannot get turnovers and make smart plays, that's already like 2 steps ahead of what Case Keenum was doing. So you know what? Yet to be seen. Let's see how he looks taking those snaps for us.
I don't know about all that.
Like I said, man, I'm just looking at a lot of the teams. Like I'm just glad to see that they're back out there. Let's make something happen. Let's shake the table a bit.
So where do you want to begin this conversation?
I feel like the most appropriate place to start this would be with the situation that's happening right now with the Hurricane Dorian, just like seeing a lot of like the videos that were coming out of the Bahamas, like praying for them and hopefully that they get through this okay, because there were some videos that you see like people hiding in attics and like water getting into the attic and
cars are just floating around.
Like they're taking videos outside and it's just pure water and winds, man. That's all you're seeing. And knowing that hurricane, it's just slowly going over towards Florida right now. It's like you can only hope that at this point it starts to calm down a bit, goes down from what I think it's still a category 4, they were saying.
4, yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully it drops down a bit. But who knows, man? Who knows? It's just not looking too good right now.
It's just sad. Like I was saying off camera, like it's just a couple of years ago they got hit.
Yeah.
Very, very bad.
Yeah.
And to think like they're just about to like feel like, okay, things are getting better.
Yeah.
And then boom, you're right back to where you were.
And
like, probably even worse in some cases.
And based on like a lot of the stuff I saw, it did look a lot worse than what had happened last time, because it's not like it was just a specific area that got hit. Like this hurricane pretty much covered the whole island, you know, and the fact that it was moving at one point and they thought it would just, after like maybe like half a day, pass through and then you deal with whatever damage. Like it literally like sat on the island for what, 6 hours or something like that?
7
Like
hours, yeah.
just sat in the middle of it. It's like you're thinking it's gonna pass through, and now we decide to chill there and just like what the fuck? Like you can't prepare for that, you know?
No.
Like you're basically just trying to wait it out and hoping you get through it okay, hoping whatever damage is sustained is something that you can actually work through. And I mean, like it's hard to witness, you know, like especially in a situation where there's really nothing you can do but just hope the storm passes. It sucks, man.
Well, I mean, it's really like a waiting game, and it's just like, to me, it's like, I mean, I don't know if you ever lived through a hurricane. Pretty scary. You know what I mean? Like, St. Vincent's been lucky not to ever get hit because of the way the island's positioned, but I know when it passes by, you know, like, you just feel like it's like a crazy windstorm times two. You feel like your roof's getting lifted off at some point. And to think like people already in those environments are really working with little, and then now they're literally pushed back further. So whatever little they had, they're trying to rebuild from the last hurricane.
Yeah.
All that is wiped.
And I think that's like the thing about it too. It's, you know, you can obviously try to prepare yourself for what's to come. You know, you board up, you get your rations, you do whatever little things you can, but it's just something like of this magnitude coming through. There's really no amount of preparation outside of evacuation that you can do to put yourself in the best situation to survive it, you know? And knowing that it's an island where not everybody has the luxury of just being able to just pick up and leave. You're just hoping whatever they're doing to stay alive, they're able to do it throughout the duration of the storm. And then when it's done, whatever cleanup needs to be done isn't something that really sets them back like years at that point, you know? But
well, I think at least a year or two. Because, I mean, I think the idea, like, you know, to literally rebuild is a crazy concept, right? And so you have to wait a while to assess the damage, even though, like, you know, it might take them until November to clean up everything. You know, people losing their life, completely families are wiped out.
I think that's probably like the hardest part of it too. It's like you're looking at this knowing that when it's done, when the water clears, the devastation that's left behind. And then,
that's when you really see what's really left. Right?
Exactly. You know, that's when you were like, okay, how bad was this really? You know, it's kind of like the same situation that happened with the earthquake in Haiti. You know, it's like, you know, it's bad. You see it's bad, but until it's over and you get through the cleanup and you see how much has actually been lost, you really can't scale that devastation until it's really said and done.
No, it's a sad thing. And I hope whoever is there, they're staying safe, warm, and, you know, eventually get back to a point, you know, some sort of new equilibrium where they could survive and strive, I guess. Yeah. It's messed up.
And like I said, it's just one of those things. You pray for the best. You hope whatever they can do, they do to survive. And when they get through it, they get all the help they need to rebuild and start over.
Considering, like, this is also the beginning of the season, right?
Yeah.
This is like the first or second one for the season.
I think it's technically the second, but obviously like the biggest one that's noteworthy.
Yeah. I think that's scary because it just seems like, I like what really amazed me, like you said, like it just sat there.
Yeah.
It was just like, I'm not going anywhere. Like, I'm going to just pour down on you.
I think that's what freaked a lot of people out too, because, you know, you had people in Florida knowing that it was coming, evacuated, or like at least trying to get as far north of the state as possible. And for them, it's almost like a blessing for them that it sat, because it gave them a bit more time to get away.
Especially those coming from the Keys.
Exactly. Right. You know, it's like it gave them a chance, like if they were like stuck in massive traffic or anything, to like push through and get through that.
They only have that one bridge.
But then it's like, that happening only left the island of the Bahamas like fucked. You know, like it really just made things worse for them. So it's kind of like that catch-22 in that sense of, all right, you guys got help to it, you guys got a little extra time, but at what cost, you know?
Well, our thoughts and prayers, man.
Yeah, one of the few times that's literally all you can do. It's just
there's nothing else you can really do. Like, I mean, as much as you would want to help, like you don't even know what's done. You know, what's the damage. You know, like, you know, you might, it's for somebody living there, you know, you may not have your neighbors, or you may not yourself have your own a place, you know what I mean? So.
Okay. I feel like I'm good with that now. Needed to just send that out there, send those good vibes, positive vibes, man. Hopefully everything works out.
Almost definitely. I mean, it's crazy how the environment's acting up. You know, you have the Amazon going, and now this. Why can't the hurricane just go over Brazil? Solve all their fucking problems.
I think the initial winds that it would be blowing would actually spread the fire a bit before it actually.
Nah, but the rain would collapse that shit quickly.
Plus, it wouldn't get that far inland before it just gets like dispersed.
No, it's true.
That's the only problem with a hurricane. Like once it hits land, that's when it gets weak.
Yeah,
you know, it's
you gotta stay over water.
Yeah, fuck. That would be helpful though. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Should we just get back to sports? Something nice, something light?
Well, I mean, I guess.
Unless there's, I don't know, music you want to talk about. Did you actually watch the Chappelle stand-up?
Not all of it.
Not all, but a good portion of it?
Not enough to have a discussion.
Killing me, man. You were keeping up with MasterChef?
Not even.
Bro, what have you been doing, man?
I told you I slept. I didn't even watch. I haven't watched MasterChef. I think the last episode I fell off was like top 18.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm far back.
Wow, yeah, you're a good what? I want to say
9 episodes.
Yeah. Like, dude, like you're still at the point where they were showing like 2 episodes a week.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, we're on 1 episode a week now, and you got to catch up. It's been pretty solid, man.
I don't want to know.
Who are you rooting for, at least? If you can remember the names or describe them, I can help you out as best I can.
There was this black guy. I don't know if he was from Tennessee or Florida.
Oh, the student?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gone, isn't he?
All I said was okay.
Oh, fuck.
What do you want? I'm not going to tell you. Watch it.
There was him, and there was, oh, God. Like, I hope that dummy's gone. That tall, bulgy, giant guy. He's so dumb. What's his name? He's from, like, one of them southern states.
Oh,
he was so annoying in the first challenge that I watched with, like, the celebration challenge.
Yeah, he's a very, like, he's brash. He's got skill, but he's very much, like, he's not afraid to just, like, take the reins and be, like, super alpha about things.
Yeah, he needs to go.
Okay.
That military brat need to go, too. She's stupid.
Okay, Sarah, I remember her name.
She needs to go. I can't. I don't. No, her, and then you have who else?
Who do you want to win? Like, it just seems like you want, outside of like the black guy, you just want like everybody to go.
No, but I felt bad with it. Like I watched a couple of challenges, and they really. What was his name? Sanjit? Is that his name? The
Indian dude, Suba.
Suba.
Oh my god.
God.
Suba is special, man.
Suba
I can honestly say Suba is special. He's one of those guys. Like,
is he still there? Just answer that part.
He's actually still there.
What? Oh man, Suba got skin.
I'll tell you like this: when it comes to the team stuff, it's
he
like,
sucks.
What is going on?
Like on the challenge, you're literally in the back eating chips. Like, what are you?
Yeah, like he's one of those guys that you're just like, he's a space cadet, like complete space cadet. But when it comes to just like him cooking individually,
man, yeah, he looks crazy.
Even if he's slow as shit, he just manages to get his flavors there. And it's like,
it's really,
he's actually been, I feel like he's one of those guys who's really benefited from, you know, just doing enough while another person has like one major mistake.
Yeah.
So that's essentially why he's still there.
I think one of the reasons,
I don't see him making the finale though.
One of the reasons why I stopped watching, that designer from New York got like eliminated. And I was just like, yo, she got eliminated on the most weakest of things.
Yeah.
Like after that, I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna watch anymore.
That's how it is. Like, especially now when like you're in season 10 of it, it's more a matter of there's certain things you should just know are like the cardinal sins of cooking.
I don't think it was like. I think like what happened was like they really just. I don't know. I really think they need to eliminate these team shit because I think those team shit really sink people, and like
you gotta be able to do it in all facets because like their whole thing is like a chef is able to not only just do it by himself but work as a team. Like if especially if like a lot of these people who are home chefs that are going into this competition, they want to work in restaurants. They want to like have basically their menus out there for the people.
No,
so
I agree, but I feel like in a way, I feel like honestly, it's like sometimes people get like put in positions to like people use it as a strategic move, put it that way.
Oh yeah, of course.
And I think that's wrong.
Of course. Well, I mean, like if you look at somebody like Suba who completely falls apart and it becomes non-existent in team.
No, but they don't. You gotta admit they don't treat Suba right. They don't. They don't have no respect for that guy.
No, they don't. But I mean, like, come on. If we're like telling you do it this way, like we got to do it quick. And you're like, okay, and still standing there, like, bro, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like I would have a problem too, man. Like if the 3 like most prestigious chefs in the world are looking you dead in your face and say, "Well, use both hands, put the pan down," and you're like, okay, and still doing it with one, like, listen.
Nah, Suba, but he's funny though because he really is a space cadet. I remember, he stood out to me. But I don't like the military girl. Like she's so dumb. She couldn't cook a burger, bro. Like nothing upsets me more than when you can't cook a burger.
Hey, everybody has their thing that.
No, bro. Like that's a
their
cardinal
strength
sin
and their weakness. You know, like she couldn't cook a burger, but she always makes the most amazing steaks. It's like, what do you want?
I don't know about the most amazing.
Hey, so far every steak challenge, she's had one of the top dishes.
I could see that. It's because it could be eaten rare. That's why.
You got to catch up, man. That's the show that. Yeah, it's worth it. So I'm assuming since you haven't been watching MasterChef, you haven't checked out Big Brother at all.
Oh nah, bro, I fell off Big Brother. I'm not watching Big Brother.
I can honestly say this season is kind of weak.
I'm only watching Big Brother Canada now.
Yeah,
that's where all the entertainment's at. I feel like Big Brother US is just overplayed and it's too much, and like I think the way they cast people nowadays is just for drama, and they're not really there to be strategic. They're there to sort of, it's like a luncheon pod for some other fucking show with on MTV or something else. Like I'm not with it.
Yeah, I can see that because even like last season, I felt like you had a good 2-3 people in that season that were really about like trying to maneuver their way to win. Like you saw them cutting deals, stabbing people in the back. Like they were about like.
You saw it, but wait, hold on. Now that you say that, did you see the first episode of the challenge?
Of course.
Oh,
dude, I don't miss like. If there's any reality show that I would like, I am gung ho for. The challenge is it.
Yo, bro.
Like that's the one thing that I'm like, I will not miss the challenge. Like I'll stay up late if I have to just to watch a challenge. Like I love that show.
I can't believe what they did to CT, man. Why did they do CT like that?
You know what? Oh man, it's horrible to do that. Like,
but I like the twist though.
Yeah, of like
that
you can
twist
defect.
That twist is gonna come into play.
I don't think he'll defect though. Like I think he'll stay with the Brits.
Oh,
just because he's so pissed off.
He's gonna defect. Not now. I think eventually Johnny's gonna get in his head, and it's gonna be like, "Yo, bro, come on this side. We're gonna take out Weston Turbo, and me and you're gonna cruise to the end." You know, Johnny has that pitch ready to go.
Oh, I'm just waiting to see the first person to do the defect. Like the first one to just like win their elimination and say, yeah, I'm going to the other team and just like shake it.
You know who I
out,
could see pulling it off from the Brit side would be Kyle. Kyle looked like a dickhead to pull that off.
But I feel like it's one of those things too, like if you're going to do it, you got to do it at like the right time because guaranteed they're not going to let them do it for the whole season. So it's going to be a matter of you're looking at a team, like let's say like the UK team is getting a little bit weak. Now, if you're on that team and you happen to win your elimination, you might want to jump over to the other side just to be like out of like the weak side, you know? So it's like, how is it going to work strategy-wise? Like, are you going to see an opportunity where like somebody on their side is really gaining notoriety with people, like they have the strategy going down and you're just looking at it as, I'll defect just to basically get in their heads, ruin their game, maybe throw in a challenge for them. So
I
that
don't
way,
see anybody on the Brit team being like a threat.
But the thing is, I'm looking at more of like a guy, like you said, someone like Johnny. I could see him going to the Brit side. Like if he gets thrown into an elimination and wins, go over to the Brit side just to fuck with them. You know what I mean?
Yo, Johnny's my guy.
And
Johnny's
it's like
my
you just
guy.
use it to like literally get in their heads, pick them apart, throw a couple challenges, knowing that like you're doing it for the U.S.
But but even then, like honestly, when I saw the U.S. team, and I'm like, yo, this team is so stacked.
Oh yeah.
Like,
the second I saw Laurel, I was like, oh
Yeah, like Laurel's a beast. Like it's just ridiculous. And it's like I'm watching this and I'm like, who is gonna what? I couldn't picture.
no, it's like they really
Like
went
Rogan's
for
an idiot.
the heavy hitters.
Rogan's gone by next episode. I can guarantee you. He's so dumb. Josh might play a little bit.
Well, the one thing about Josh that like he's actually good in like the physical challenges. So
Right.
it's a matter of you're gonna throw him in, you gotta know that you're throwing him. You gotta throw him in when it's not physical, or if you do it with something physical, you gotta throw him with somebody who
but
can match.
they're like they have no strategic skills.
Yeah,
like
of
I
course
watched like Rogan, remember what was it? Dirty 30? And he was running up the hill and he just collapsed. And
Well, yeah, because
he's like, I can't go anymore.
yeah, like his whole back situation. And
Yeah,
everything.
bro, it wasn't his back, bro. He was just weak. Get the fuck
Hey,
out of here.
He said he had surgery on his back, and
Then he shouldn't be back here.
there you go.
I mean, like the U.S.
I'm
team.
gonna take him at his word. If that's what it was, that's what it was.
The U.S. team, you have Leroy.
Heavy hitters. Man.
You have Kim. Cara Maria. Like, you think, like, they took Turbo, which I find to be, like, a smart,
No, of course.
dumb move.
No, it was smart in the sense of like you have somebody who literally like the last season he was there blew everybody out
he
the
blew
water.
them
Like
out the
it was
water.
clear, like top to bottom. Like he's a guy who, while everybody's eating and drinking,
Yeah.
he's in the fucking
Exercising,
room exercising.
meditating and shit.
Like you saw, even like one of the smartest things he did. He was like, I've watched the challenges for. I know at some point I'm gonna have to eat.
Yeah.
So he just like created like this big ass meal that was like a good like 4 or 5 pounds of just piled up food, ate it, and just started running on the treadmill for like hours. It's like a guy like that you want on your team.
I think he's going to be the first to defect from the U.S. Guaranteed.
I don't think
Guaranteed.
so, because I think for him it's more a matter of he knows the one thing that I could see make him defect. Obviously, it's like he would have to get thrown in elimination. That's the first off.
And you know Wes is a weak ass. Wes would be the first to throw him in. Because Wes, I hate Jordan, first of all. Jordan annoys Jordan and his stupid Tori, those two got to go. I can't stand Tori. Like, oh, she's so annoying.
No, I like Jordan, man.
No.
He's the perfect heel. Like, he's a better heel than Wes and Johnny.
No.
Because he's the type of guy who's like, he knows he's good. He's proven he's good. He's going to be, like, tell you it, like, blunt as fuck, no fucks given, this is what it is. And if you don't like it,
Nah,
throw me in an elimination.
I can't stand that guy. From Real World, he was a dumb dick. I hated that guy from Real World. He was so stupid. No. He's got to go. And I think he's going to go on, like on something stupid. Like, I could already see it. Like,
oh, it's going to be one of the people
he's going to get backdoored
Yeah.
by Wes for sure. I can't trust Wes. Wes is like the funniest guy, but I can't trust that guy. Yo, Wes.
He's just constantly politicking.
Oh,
like it never stops. Like when he was talking about how like he just DM'd a bunch of people. It's like it's nonstop with this guy. And like you know it's nonstop, but at the same time, everybody falls for the shit.
I don't know if everybody falls for it. I just think people play him because he hasn't been effective as of late.
Well, he made it to the final for last season.
But before that, it was a drought.
But I mean, like, just knowing how he is, for him to like have taken some time off, come back, and it's like right back.
And he's still a dickhead,
doing the
bro.
same shit, and it's still working to his advantage.
He
It's
was like, yo,
come on,
trust me,
man.
Rogan. Your name's not going to get called, Rogan. And he was like, he's playing them. Like,
Yeah. That's his job. Like he's one of the smartest people when it comes to just manipulating rookies and making them do all the dirt work for him. He's very good at that. And the fact that we have seasons of tape of him doing this, you would think at some point people would be like, yeah, I know I'm a rookie and I know what you're doing. Fuck off.
nah, bro. Wes, I've never liked Wes. Like, I couldn't stand Wes. But I like the way he plays the game. But I just can't stand his like, he's too much. He's like him and Johnny's identical.
Yeah,
just that he doesn't have a sense
they're
of
two
humor.
sides of the same coin.
Johnny has a more humorous type of way of doing shit. Like, he knows how to antagonize people properly.
Yeah.
Wes is just like, I'm gonna go on to get under your skin, and I'm just gonna go, and I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah, no, I like the one thing about Johnny is like he treats the vets the way the vets should be treated. He treats the rookies the way the rookies should be treated, and he leaves it at that. It's like we've done this enough that we know we'll cut each other's heads off once all the fat is gone.
Yeah.
Like trim the fat once they're gone. Okay, now we can go head to head. But until that happens, we stay away from each other. Which is why the last couple seasons, the fact that they've been like going at him.
Oh yeah, like they get rid of Johnny fast, bro.
Yeah, it's like, all right, like kind of like going away from that strategy. And you're seeing the fact that this has been happening a lot in the last few seasons. A lot of the vets.
Yo, they need to bring back Kenny and Evans, bro. That's what they need to do.
They'll never. They can never come back, and you know that.
No, they could.
Nah.
They have to. I think at some point, like,
because them, it's more of.
I get what they did, or well, at least accused of doing.
Hey,
But I feel like you need to bring back like Evelyn. You need to bring back what was her name? She had fake tits, and she used to cry a lot. Paula. You need to bring back like the whole gang, all versus new. I think that'll be a dope ass series.
But for them, it'd be more a matter for like, are they still in shape? Like, are they like challenge ready?
Yo, I don't think Evelyn is gonna be ever out of shape.
No, because a lot of those guys, it's like a lot of them. Well, outside of like Kenny and Evan, a lot of them left just because it was like they were too old for it, man. Like it was too much for them.
Hi, I'm Howard Mitnick, host of Gateway Music. Join me as I talk with people about the artists and albums that changed their lives, and about the artists and albums that changed mine. Available on the Upford Network and wherever you get your podcasts.
Topics of High Importance, a podcast where we get high and explore food, science, gaming, pop culture, and beyond. Filled with super tangents, forgetful flubs, and that awkward kind of tension that can only be produced by a married couple. Topics of High Importance on the Upford Network. Join us, won't you?
I mean, I remember Evelyn on the island, bro, and she used to complain. She's like, "You guys are rationing the food too little bit. I need 7 eggs." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And then Johnny and them was like, "Yo, we're gonna use you. You're gonna get your eggs. Just don't call her names."
Well, the one thing I always look for in this shit is who's gonna pop off first. I don't consider CT and the guy from Big Brother pop off.
Who, Pauly?
No, not Pauly. The other dude. The guy who won Big Brother. Fuck, what's his name? He was hitting on the British chick.
What's his name? I know what his name is, but I just can't.
Yeah, but like when they were in the bedroom arguing, like that wasn't a pop off to me. That was just more of CT.
Oh, Josh.
Just, yeah, Josh. Just like CT letting off some steam because of the whole situation.
Oh, he's a fucking idiot. He's so dumb. Like CT was already mad. Like he didn't get picked by the US. And the worst part is like the whole time they're like during the first challenge, he's like, "Go USA."
Cheer for them so hard just to get like.
And honestly,
go over there, buddy.
I really, because they know CT was coming on that show.
Oh, of course.
What if this was all a plan from the beginning with Wes? And then like later on, like, you know, they show you a little diagram. And then later on, he was like, "Yeah, but my key person was this. And this was our, oh man."
No, because they didn't know this whole situation of like being able to pick the reserves. But if CT and Wes.
No, but you got to understand, they didn't know. But then when they happened, they could have seen, like, because there's a lot of shit they don't show us. I'm sure there's interaction between them. And
that
it would just
be
like
genius.
Like,
that would be genius.
Go on that side. Because you're never gonna throw in CT. Nobody's gonna be brave enough to throw in CT. I'm not fucking with that. Like, no one's gonna be throwing him in. So
dad bod or not, man, you don't want to.
Bro, he's a tank. Unless it's climbing ropes, like you have no chance against CT. He has no upper body strength. But he will fuck you up on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, you remember when you carried Johnny on his back?
Yeah, but that was like I said, that's not dad bod CT. That was like peak athleticism CT.
When he broke Adam's socket, and he's like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna kill you." Adam's leaking. Yeah, that was
anger management. CT was like a whole nother beast, man.
Oh yeah.
Dude was fucking psychotic.
This guy literally carried Johnny on his back like a bitch. That goes down as one of the greatest moments in challenge history.
I just realized because like everybody sees CT and they're like, oh shit, Johnny's got to go up against him.
Yeah.
And he's like just had like that crazy fucking look in his eyes.
Yeah, he was soulless.
And from the second that horn went off, it was like,
boom.
Yeah, this is over before it began.
And Johnny was just there, like fighting, like lifeless,
like,
dangling.
He's flailing.
That goes down as one of the greatest moments, bro.
Oh fuck, man. At least you're watching that, bro.
Oh hell yeah.
Caught up on Snowfall?
Not even.
Bro.
I haven't even watched Power yet, bro.
Man, forget Power.
I haven't watched none
like,
of
I'm
these
glad
ones.
it's the final season. You know, when it's done, I'm going to do like a nice marathon of the whole thing. Because I just couldn't like stand the horrible writing and waiting a week after week after week for that shit. I'd rather just like cram a whole horrible writing show one shot.
Nah, there's nothing else I'm really watching on TV.
We're all just waiting for the sports countdown, man. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. And X on the Beach, UK.
I don't think, no, they're not doing it. They had filmed it, but one of the people on the show passed away. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so they're scrapping the season altogether.
Who died?
I can't remember the dude's name. He wasn't like one of like the old school regular dudes. Like he was a new guy who was on it. But yeah, like fucked up, man. It really sucked too, because from what people were saying, like it was like a really good season, and then that should happen. So they're like, yeah, just out of respect to him and his family, they're not gonna to air it.
Why don't they just cut his part out?
Well, depends. Like if he was like one of the first people in, then
oh yeah, it's true.
He's there for the whole season. You know, like imagine editing it out. That's basically like majority of your footage right there gone.
He was never here.
You know, like you can't just like
it's crazy.
It'd be fucked.
Oh well, better luck next year. Ibiza Weekenders are coming back. That should be fun. I like reckless shit.
But I do got to watch the Love Island UK version.
I actually never really took the chance to look at that.
Yeah. Because I was watching the US one. I was like, it's all right.
Yo, the US ones are whack.
So, yeah.
All of them are whack, bro.
It's fine. Like they're not willing to be as like
reckless.
Yeah, like to push it, like push the envelope.
They're
you know?
not reckless.
Everybody's very much like too concerned about their image. Whereas in the UK, it's just like, yeah, I'm just here to get what I want. That's it.
Oh, bro. The UK has zero fucks to give. Like, every version of the UK shows are just crazy.
Yeah,
the only show that really matched up was Jersey Shore and Geordie Shore. Like, those are the only two, like, I could say, like, okay, they're equally reckless.
Like, what I liked about what Geordie Shore did with their show was, like, they're willing to expand beyond the original cast.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It kept them alive.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
But the thing is, when they bring in new members, too, it's like they're willing to get reckless quickly. They're willing to get reckless quickly.
Yeah.
And I mean, you think like a show like that, you had like Gaz moved on to like his, fully grown. All these people are like grown up now. And then they still have all these young Rajis coming on. It's pretty ill.
Yeah. Well, you got to keep the lifestyle alive, I guess.
Well, shit.
Instead of like Jersey Shore where everybody's like having kids, looking for love, getting divorced.
Well, who got divorced?
JWoww.
Oh, she got divorced? Oh, wow. No pun intended.
The only like drama filled shit that was really going on was obviously
Ronnie.
Yeah, Ronnie's shit with always being on TMZ because him and his girl can't stop fighting and dragging him out of cars. And then with Mike, the situation because he went to prison.
He's out now?
Yeah, I believe now he's out because he was there for 8 months. Yeah, I think he did like 8-month sentence.
Okay, that's light. But his brother got sentenced. Brother or father got longer, yeah.
Brother, 2 years. Yeah.
Anyways, enough of this TV shit.
What's next? What's on your mind?
Sports. Well, we could recap that whole Jay-Z deal. You were telling me about it.
That's true. Because now we know what's going on. Like they're doing the Inspire Change organization, which essentially will be headed by Jay-Z, will be affiliated with Rock Nation, and it's to sell apparel as well as throw concerts that will be in cooperation with the NFL, and all the proceeds made from it will go towards different organizations and communities to help. I think they were saying like build better rapport between the community and the police, help impoverish situations, education, like for the youth, things of that nature. So I don't think they've announced which groups in particular they're going to be working with.
No, I don't think that was announced.
That's essentially it, you know. But a lot of people were pissed off about it because essentially what the deal is, it's for Jay-Z and his artists to just put on shows, as they were saying, you know. And I look at it like, I don't really know what people were expecting of it, like what the grand thing they were hoping Jay-Z was going to come in there and do, because the second they said like he was going to be working on a partnership, especially when a lot of it was circled around like the Super Bowl and him apparently telling people not to promote, like we know what he said to like Travis Scott, but
right,
like then they were throwing like JD in the mix and all this stuff.
But JD came out and cleared it up.
Yeah, he said it never, like they never had that. He never told him to say that or to not do it. So with that whole situation, I just looked at it as knowing what Jay-Z has his hands in and where his influence ultimately lies. I'm not surprised that this is the outcome of it. Nor am I mad at it if, you know, the proceeds that are generated from whatever music they make or whatever songs like they have, shows they put out, apparel they sell, like, sorry, if all of it is actually going to these places and we know where these places are, like not just we're sending it to organizations but we never get told, then I'm okay with it. You know, like generate your funds, like do it using your artists, you know, make whatever heal the world songs you want to make, as long as the proceeds actually go to where you say they're supposed to go.
But you see, the thing is, like, what I don't get with the public is like, okay, so this is an opportunity where you literally could affect positive change, right? Like, this is something that the NFL could have done without Jay-Z. Yeah. If I'm going to be 100% honest.
Yeah, 100%.
They could have set up a charity within each of their sports clubs and have, you know, like how the NBA does the NBA youth program and all these NBA Africa where they send, you know, players out there. They could have done that. But I feel like people need to look at it from the perspective of, okay, like this is something different that they're trying. There's always going to be money to be made. Somebody's going to get paid.
Yeah.
And to know that Jay-Z and his wife are some of the people in the, you know, up there in the big donations, and they've been doing that with their own money, and especially with his production system that he has right now. Like we see all the docs that he's producing, what he's involved in terms of community outreach. Like, why is that such a negative thing? Like, if he was to have said no to that, you would have been happy. Yeah. Like, if in 5 years this do affect change, and I may not reduce crime, it may not reduce this, but it, in fact, better the life of people in areas right now that are deeply affected, whether through lack of information, health, or financial stability, then so be it. Yeah. Like, let him do what he got to do, and in 5 years, 3 years, whenever you want, then you critique him. You can't critique him now. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, he did the wrong thing. Well, you know, the whole boycott was never against the NFL initially, and Kaepernick is not saying anything, and his money is not like, I mean, I know he did send an airplane once, I think was to Houston, and he did send one to like some part in Africa.
No, he's still doing his work. Like, he's still
outreach,
doing his
right.
His outreach as well.
And the point is, like, let them do their thing. And I mean, you could walk and chew gum at the same time. You know what I mean? Jay-Z could profit from I don't think he needs the NFL to be exposed. Like, all of his artists that you possibly think he's going to use are already superstar. Like Rihanna, J. Cole, himself, his wife, Kanye. Who else is on his label? Rita Ora. Like, all these people are big names anyway. So the NFL is not going to bring any bigger light to these people. And I think if you're going to use their talent to generate revenue to better the community, hey, yeah, it's a win-win.
No, it's like I just looked at a lot of it as people were just missing the forest for the trees, because they were just seeing this one thing and treating it as if Jay-Z was selling out essentially, and which to me I didn't understand, because knowing a lot of the things that Jay-Z's done as far as like the documentaries as well as like the amount of the social justice warriors who were
Right.
thrown in the jail for protesting that he's bailed out. Like, we've seen Jay-Z actually put his money where his mouth is and actually put his time and effort into helping out the communities that now he's going to be in partnership with the NFL to continue that work with. So
Right.
for him to now be a part of that organization and essentially have at the very least, a voice at the table, if he doesn't have a seat at it at most, knowing that he can be there, talk to like Roger Goodell, talk to some of the other owners about what are the best ways to actually help and create better rapport with your fans, with your players, with your communities that you're literally involved with because your teams are here. This is a good thing to do. Now, as you said, in 3 or 4 years, the things that they said they're going to do aren't happening. You know, like the money that's supposed to be generated for these organizations, these communities aren't actually going there. Now we have an issue on our hands where it's a matter of what's been going on, you know, like where has the money gone? Who has the money? Why haven't these organizations been given the things they were promised?
Right.
But it's still early, and based on what they plan on doing, I don't see it as Jay-Z selling out. I just think it's another
the whole
gear in the car.
The whole idea of like he's selling out, like bro, if he's sold out a long time ago. Like he's not new to money. Like there's nothing for him to like massively gain as a result of him, you know, being in that position. I think if anything, like I think we're lucky to have in this day and age, it's easy for him to just be like, yo, my family's out of the hood. I don't got to worry about that. Let people in the hood worry about themselves. I worried about myself and got myself out. And I think for him to keep reaching back, and we see it, you know what I mean? Like we see it continuously as much as people hate the whole Barclays deal. Like that brought a lot of job. It rejuvenated a community that was, you know, poorly affected for a long time, was really going down. You know what I mean? Like what's a sellout? Like he's not selling the culture. He's not selling anything. He's using the culture. You know, that's a point of growing within, you know, hip hop can't stay hip hop and just be in a corner by itself. It got to expand, and it's going to reach areas, and it's going to morph into things that you may not agree with initially. I think our generation or this culture right now is too quick at judging. Like there was absolutely no need for the uproar that we saw of him. Like, oh, you know, he should have never made that deal. He stabbed this person in their back. Bro, they're working at the same goal. Like at this point, like what I would like for him to, at least some sort of information, is it going to be particular cities every year? Is it going to be, you know, particular communities? Are they going to establish their own organization on the grounds of some of these cities? Like we saw what happened in Chicago this weekend. Baltimore went crazy. I think there was some in the South, you know, all these killings, like real problems that has to be addressed.
Does that, man.
Huh?
Unfortunately, that's what usually happens on a long weekend.
Right. So these are things that has to be addressed and has to be, you know, looked at. And I think that's the next step. Like at least let people know what they're going to do and how they plan on effecting change. I'm not surprised. I mean, he's big in the whole prison reform system that him and Meek started, and Robert Kraft and the rest of them. So I'm not surprised that he took that initiative. Hey, power to him, bro.
Look, it's another step, man. I mean, there's only so many avenues you could take, especially when you're looking at the situation that was happening within the NFL.
Right.
So it's like for the NFL owners, for the commissioner, they're looking at who is somebody that we know has the reach and has the understanding of the things that the people want us to deal with.
Well, not only that, the experience in doing it too, right?
Yeah. So it's like when you see someone like Jay-Z take that lead and be a part of it, yeah, people could be skeptic. I'm not saying you shouldn't be skeptic, but at the very least, see the fundamentals of it through. Like, see what's going on and then pay attention to it. If you are a skeptic, make sure that you hold them accountable if they're not doing something right, but allow them to do something first. You know, so it's really just looking at it from that perspective of they are taking steps. That's a good thing.
Right.
Do you want them to do more? Of course. I mean, like anybody would want them to do more. But that's what I mean. It's like,
what more could you possibly do?
This is step one.
But what more could he possibly
Well, no,
do?
I'm not saying Jay-Z specifically.
No, but the NFL, anybody, what more could you do but try?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like right now, what they're doing here is step one. If a new idea comes out where it's like we could do this, that comes from this, or is just suggested by somebody else, then that would be step two. But allow this to happen first. Allow this to have some type of legs and have momentum and do the things it's supposed to do.
Right.
So that, all right, now that this has happened, what's next? It's always, once you get to a certain point, you look for the next thing.
Oh, for sure.
But you got to let the first thing happen first,
I know. People just need to reserve judgment until you have something to judge.
Right.
And right now you have a business deal. We don't know what it's going to manifest into. Just let it grow and let it, don't cut it down before it starts to blossom.
Yeah, I just feel like it was just a lot of people who obviously didn't have all the information. I don't think anybody had all the information. And even now, we still don't have all the information because, like I said, we know Inspired Change is like the main organization that's going to be doing this. That's under the umbrella of the NFL and Rock Nation. But from that organization, what are the other ones they're going to be facilitating to and helping? So that's something I would want to know and know how they actually expect to send the money out to help these communities. Like, is it just
what programs are going to set
what
up
percentages,
and
et cetera, et cetera. These are things that are going to come in time as it's being built, as it's being organized, as the shows are happening and the apparel's being sold and the songs are being made. It's all about timing, though. We got to let it have some time.
Let it breathe.
And if after this season happens and they started doing things and then we look at it and it's like nothing's happened, bring your pitchforks.
But even then, I feel like it's so funny because the way people go into these crazy frenzies, if you require change that much in your community, then you should gather all the people in your community who's outraged right now, and y'all put y'all money where your mouth is.
No, I agree.
You can't be outraged. Don't go cut down a solution and you don't have one to offer up.
Well, a lot of people like to read a headline and react when they're not really doing anything on their own. And granted, you can have a reaction, but at the very least, wait till you know more.
You shouldn't have a reaction.
No, you can generally have an opinion and a reaction to anything, but at least
that's not what I'm saying.
Think about it first. But what I'm saying is, a lot of the reactions that happened, it was just impulsive. They heard it. It was the headline, or they saw a 30-second clip, and they freaked out. And it's we see that happen so often, but it's the understanding of wait till you know a bit more before you speak on it.
Hey, I just wish him the best. I hope something do pan out because obviously there's communities that need that help and need that support, that structure. I mean, we saw what LeBron did with the I Promise program. And if they could set up 15 of these, I could see that helping out a lot of communities.
Any celebrity sticking their neck out to do more and actually getting it done, I have no complaints about.
Bro, I mean, even to this day, some celebrities don't get the respect that they get, that they deserve, because it's not front page news, Ashton Kutcher with his program where he's helped reduce human trafficking and all this type of shit. No one pays attention to that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But let these guys do what they got to do. What's next? What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. I didn't have much on the docket today.
Well, football season is here.
Oh, we started with
it. What do you think your Broncos are going to do this year?
I think we're going to have a sustainable 2 games over 500.
Bullshit.
We're going to try to fight for that wild card, probably not make it, which will make me happy because I think John Elway needs to be on the hot seat.
Why?
Because he's not very good at getting quarterbacks. And that's the one glaring thing we have been missing on our team.
John Elway.
John Elway has not been getting us good quarterback. He got us Joe Flacco, bro. I'm just putting that out there. He got us Joe Flacco.
Well, he's probably the best thing on the market right now.
Brother. My friend.
Do you want to have Eli? We could trade up.
I'm very happy to have Bradley Chubb.
Amazing.
But with that 4th spot, the 5th spot, where we had to draft, we needed a quarterback. In one of the drafts where it was the greatest class of quarterbacks we've seen come in a very long time in such abundance. And I know Chubb is incredible. I'm not mad that we have Chubb. Don't get me wrong.
Yo, bro, you dissing right now.
But we needed a quarterback.
But there was no quarterback for you guys to draft at 5th.
Dude, there was a lot more than what we ended up with, which was who? Drew Lock in this draft that just passed? I mean, like, when you know what position you need the most, you got to go for it. And look, we didn't get him. We ended up getting Joe Flacco. Now we draft Drew Lock. You're on the hot seat. In my eyes, you are. And I know you have a great relationship with the Bolin family. That's good for you. But it's all about winning football games, okay?
I think you guys will do well.
Look, for his sake, I hope Joe Flacco does well. For my sanity, too, and my blood pressure, I hope Joe Flacco does well. But at the same time, if Joe Flacco don't do well...
Do you want my stress?
Fuck no.
There you go.
You can keep that Daniel Jones stress, okay? Just do yourself a favor and don't kill Saquon Barkley this season.
I know. I'm really praying. Like, honestly, like if Saquon get hurt,
They're
crying.
gonna run the ball like 80% of the time. And
Bro, they're gonna run this kid into the ground, bro. I'm so hurt, like right now. No. I think we need to get rid of Eli.
Well, I mean, yeah. I'm glad you finally come to the conclusion that every single person for the last 4 seasons has come to that he should have been gone some time ago.
It's hard, man.
You should have traded him when he had some value.
When was that?
A good 4 seasons ago.
No, maybe like 6 seasons.
Way
ago.
more value than he has now.
Well, I mean, he's also old.
Who the fuck wants Eli Manning?
The retirement home.
There you go.
That's all. You should go.
It's like when he's
Florida.
gone, he's gone. Like I don't see him playing for another team.
No, he's done. He's gonna retire, Giant. That's for sure.
Like this should technically be his last season. Just
no, bro. He shouldn't. He should pull a Andrew Luck, bro. Now, like I was hoping he was gonna get like influence and be like, you know what? If Luck can do it, so can I. Just get the fuck out of Dodge.
You trust Daniel Jones right now to take the reins, or you just want to like chalk it up as a tank season and just
bro? Like at this point, I would rather chuck it up. Like we don't have an O-line that is reliable. And I don't want Saquon is in his second season. I really would not want to see him get a fucked up injury that changed his trajectory. Like, no. So, like, just chuck it up. As long as you don't do pick 6. Like, that's all I'm hoping. And Eli's been very good at that for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, he's been one of the best.
I know. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't afford... I'm not watching football this season. I swear to God.
I'm watching. I'm watching with a notepad.
I
might have to make an open letter.
Like from the time like they got rid of Odell Beckham, and I was like, wait.
It's because it's the culture. It's the culture of the locker room.
Fuck the locker room, bro. Oh my God. Like they're so dumb. Like they get rid of him, but they didn't pick up Plaxico when he came out of jail, which would have been a great addition.
Because you could have got him on the low.
And they got him on the low. They had his rights. He was a Giant when he went into prison.
Yeah.
They had his rights. Oh, God. I just hope, maybe, I hate to say this, but you think you can get hurt running scrimmage?
Oh, well, don't say that.
Just not hurt. Like,
don't even, you're wishing injury on your own player.
Just a twisted ankle so you could sit out like the first 4 weeks of football and
undisclosed injury.
Yeah, like we don't really need him anymore. Like let's just release him. Go join your brother somewhere else. Nah, but talking about injury,
ride the wave to the end, man.
Talking about injury, actually, we didn't even touch on some crazy shit that I read with Kevin Hart.
Oh, the car shit?
Car shit.
That's the thing, like I saw it like briefly while I was like at work. I didn't get a chance to read the article, but apparently he wasn't driving the car from
what I read, he wasn't driving the car, but did you see what that car looked like?
No.
Bro, the wreckage is real. Like I'm happy he's at least alive.
Yeah. But they were saying he left the scene? Like the crash happened and his security team took him and left the scene.
Well, bro, I think they thought like his body, like he has serious back injury.
Yeah, maybe the other 2 people that were in the car, they said they just left there. Which is kind of fucked up.
You protect the money, bro. It is fucked up. I'm not.
And that's the thing. Yeah, like a lot of people are trying to figure out why would he, like, especially with his security, like flee the scene, leave these 2 people who were trapped in the car. You're just like, fuck off.
Such a typical Kevin Hart shit to do. He's gonna make a
Like, I don't want to be a
Nah.
gossip dude, but we know Kevin Hart has a history.
But didn't somebody pull this off last year too? Who was it?
Terrence J, no?
Terrence J. Yeah, like getting to crash and then run and leave the other person. Like,
And we know who the other person was.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't want to be a, you know what I'm
Chatty
saying?
Patty.
You know what I'm saying? You chill, but you know what I'm saying? You put people's business out there, but I mean,
Nah, but like,
you kind of got a history.
oh man, like when I saw the wreckage, I was like, yo.
I didn't see the wreckage. I
His
I
height
just saw like a
definitely
quick.
saved him.
like
If he
it was
was
a paragraph or
anywhere
something.
between 5'11" and 6, he would have even 5'7".
I just think
and
it's
6.
really messed up that you get into a car wreckage, and you know, thankfully you're okay.
He's not okay necessarily.
He's alive,
well, the other 2 people didn't die.
but that's what I mean. Thankfully,
Yeah.
I mean, if the wreckage, like I said, I didn't see the wreckage, but if it's as bad as you're saying it is,
It was
thankfully
terrible.
nobody's dead. You know, happy you got away safe, and maybe just went straight to a hospital or home. You know, and
He went to a hospital.
oh man, home first, then hospital. Yeah, why would he go home first?
He
That
might
boy.
think should get out of his system.
That boy, that boy, Kevin.
That's
Jesus,
crazy,
man.
bro.
But like I said, no, yeah, we could joke about it because people are alive.
Yeah, people are alive.
You know, serious injury, whatever. Like you're alive, that's good. Glad to hear it, but some questions. Why
not
did you
gonna
flee
answer.
the scene and go home? Why not wait? Why not wait for the ambulance? Considering you were just in a car wreck. Who were you not supposed to be with?
That's what I'm trying to think. Like, who were you with?
In this car that your security thought it best to bring you home?
But did they release the identity of the other 2?
I don't know. Not that I know of. Like I said, the bit I read was just a small paragraph saying he was in a car crash, went home with the security, then went to the hospital. That was it. That's all I knew. I didn't see a picture of the car or anything. Yeah.
I want to know who it was. I want to know.
I mean,
maybe it was a Becky. I don't know. Maybe Becky was there.
look, I'm not here to speculate. I'm just.
Hey,
It looks fishy.
bro, it is
Anytime somebody flees the scene, especially like, look, you get into a car accident, like unless you're like impaired or anything, like just wait for ambulance, police to come deal with the shit.
No. Like I read the story and I did read something about him going home, but like now that both you guys
But
are
think
saying
like
this,
that's
the
fucking
part that's
fishy.
trippy. Like, yo, why did you go home? Like, wait, what? Oh, no.
Makes no fun. And like, here's the thing: like, was security with him the whole time?
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
they show up?
Oh wow! Imagine he called them.
Like, it's fishy, man. That's all I'm saying,
Was it that Vegas girl?
dude. I don't know. I don't know.
Man.
I don't know. I'm not speculating. I'm just saying it's fishy.
Now you're gonna be like, let me explain too. That's his next comedy.
Hey,
cousin.
man, he might not have it too. It might be a. You know what? No, I ain't even gonna go that far. I'm not gonna wish bad things on people.
No, but if his back is broken, I think I think you could be fine from that. If you was able to go home, bro.
Yeah, obviously it's like serious injury, yeah, back broken, but not so serious that he was paralyzed. or
Paralyzed
anything,
or
you know.
anything.
So, I mean, like I said, I'm glad to hear that everybody's okay. Now we just need an explanation.
Yeah, I told you. Let me explain.
Yankees are currently winning.
I don't care about no Yankees, bro.
I do.
I thought you were a Red Sox fan.
What?
I don't know.
Where did you hear that?
I don't know.
Like,
I haven't watched
never.
baseball in years, bro.
Never.
I mean, I love the Yankees. They're the team I go for, but you know, it's not like football's almost here, so I don't have to feel hopeless.
I don't know. Once August hits, it's all about baseball because you know you're getting into that playoff run. You know the teams that are going to be in it, so it's like if there's any teams that are like in that wild card position, they're the ones to watch.
After All-Star weekend, the whole derby that they have, like that's when
Yeah,
it
but no,
gets
usually
exciting.
it's around like mid-August. You really start to see the teams that are pulling away, and
Oh,
it's
for
like,
sure.
all right, now we're getting into like the mix of what baseball is really worth watching.
We'll have to wait and see.
Like,
How's the Blue
what's that?
Jays doing?
I think they're still either second to last in the AL
Really?
East. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they weren't doing too great. But like this is a year where like they had a lot of the young guys get called up. So
Right.
it's kind of like essentially like Chelsea's
Guerrero's
Mulligan
son
season.
played for them, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, you got a lot of the young guys coming in. You're giving them their shot to really just get a taste of the major leagues and get some experience under the belt, you know?
Should be excited.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Thursday, though.
Let's get that number 28 Yankees. Go Yankees. Thursday, Chicago Packers. Who you got? I'm going Bears, man.
No, I'm going Packers.
I'm going Bears. I want to see the Bears finally turn it around in the season and, you know, see if Aaron Rodgers is as much of a fraud as people believe he is.
He's going to be good.
I mean, like, we
He's had
expect,
a whole
we
last
expect
season,
good
bro.
things from Rodgers, but that whole, like, situation with McCarthy, and a lot of people are basically saying, look, last couple seasons, you guys haven't been doing it, and you haven't been doing it specifically, so.
He got hurt. Like, what do you expect him to do?
But now you're healthy. Apparently, McCarthy was the problem. He's gone. What are you guys going to do? You know, there's a lot of eyes that are on the Packers right now to, like, see if they're going to pick it up now.
No, I think they got it in the bag.
No excuses. But, I mean, Khalil Mack.
I think it's going to be a close game. I call 21-13. No, 21-17.
I don't know what I call, but I just want to see Khalil Mack go out there, get a couple sacks.
This guy's a tank, bro.
Dude, now that he's no longer a Raider, I watch him with a smile on my face. The better he does, the better I feel to know that John Gruden is an idiot.
He was an idiot.
Oh,
He didn't re-sign him, right?
yeah, he let him.
You let him go.
He traded him.
He traded him, yeah. What an idiot.
Didn't want to extend him. Like one of the greatest defensive linemen.
That's a
in the league.
no-brainer.
And you said no, you can leave. Oh, come on.
Wow.
Break the single season record this year, Khalil Mack. Go for it.
I think he's capable of doing that too.
The better he does, the happier I'll be.
Hey, at least Jason's not here to talk about his so-called rivers and lakes and streams.
So why are we going to talk about it?
Neither am I. I'm not. I just want to touch on
Fuck those
it.
guys.
Yeah, they're trash, bro. The never-winning team ever. But anyways, I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a bit hungry. I had a small bite before we came, but apparently it wasn't enough. I had to get some grub.
Sounds like your problem. Not
Yeah,
mine.
it is a me problem. I'm hungry. Any last thoughts? Any last words?
I mean, it was a hectic weekend. I mean, we didn't touch a lot on what happened in Chicago and those places. But, I mean, I just hope, some sort of resolve happened. And, some sort of comfort to the families that just got affected.
Yeah. Well, my whole thing right now is just hoping that hurricane calms down a bit. All the best and prayers and efforts towards the people of the Bahamas. They need it.
Well, we're going to see what it's going to do to the Keys, bro.
Yeah.
It might
that's
pick
what
up
I'm saying,
speed as well.
As it's heading towards Florida, prayers to them as well, man. I hope as many people were able to evacuate as they could. And hopefully when it gets there, like I said, it drops down from a Category 4 and doesn't do as much damage as we saw it doing to the Bahamas.
Exactly. I mean, crazy, man.
All right. I want to thank everybody.
Episode.
Huh?
It was a good episode.
All right, let me close it out. Say that after the mics are turned off. I want to thank everybody on the live stream and everybody that's listening on their own leisure. As always, you can hit us up on Twitter, on Instagram, Don't Be Mad Pod. You can hit us up on Facebook, Don't Be Mad Podcast. We are part of the Upford Network, so hit those guys up too, and all their individual podcasts that they have. The Scrum, Lasers on the Ride, the Pokemon one. I always forget the name of the Pokemon one.
There's a Pokemon podcast?
Yeah, man. They talk about Pokemon. Like, they go through all the episodes.
Okay,
and then, talk about, different obscure things. I've listened to a couple episodes. It's actually
up for discussions on that too, no?
Yeah, up for discussions on it as well. But I was actually shocked about the Pokemon one. It was actually better than I thought it would be. Those guys are pretty cool.
Yeah,
you listen when you're at work, man? Why not? Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, love is love.